Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys, for the latest in boxing. For Anthony Joshua, this is, like it or not, the biggest fight of his career. The reason being, he has got everything to lose. Whether it's against Vladimir Klitschko, he did not. He has the belts. He wants to collect another belt. If he loses, Parker gets the belts. Parker goes on to fight Deontay Wilder. To me, it is an intriguing fight. It is not an easy fight by no measure. It is a tough fight for Anthony Joshua. If he performs how he did against Carlos Takam, I see him losing. He's got to be on point. It's got to be a Charles Martin performance. I will not even say it has to be a Klitschko performance because he showed heart in that performance and character. But he also showed a weariness and uncertainty about himself when he boxed Klitschko. There were little faults, but he excelled in other parts of his ability. He needs an outstanding performance like he did against Martin, like he has against other various opponents. Anything below par, this is a hell of a hard fight for him. So that is what Sky commentator and former long-reigning cruiserweight champion of the world, Johnny Nelson, had to say about his opinion on how Anthony Joshua has to, fight against Joseph Parker, basically. He believes that if Anthony Joshua fights the way he fought against Carlos Takam, that he will lose. Now, when it comes to my opinion on the Carlos Takam fight, if you guys have been following me since I made a post-fight or of that video, you guys will know that I didn't have a problem with that fight. I thought that Anthony Joshua clearly won. I thought he was clearly up on the scorecards. I thought he was clearly the better fighter. My biggest problem with that fight was the stoppage. I felt that they robbed Carlos Takam the opportunity to go the distance. I felt that had the referee not just abruptly just jumped in and stopped the fight, I felt that Carlos Takam would have been the first guy to take Joshua the distance. So that's why, if you guys remember, I was making several videos saying how I didn't think it was right that the referee stopped the fight because Carlos Takam deserved to go the distance and be the first guy to basically break Joshua's KO streak. That was my only problem with that fight. When it comes to Takam is he's a counterpuncher. He's a tricky fighter. So I don't think it's the fact that Joshua looks so bad against Takam. I just think that Takam is a good fighter. What fighter have you ever seen look bad? I mean, look amazing against Carlos Takam. Takam, in my opinion, was outboxing Alexander Povetkin in several fights. Until he got tired. And once he got tired, that's when he became flat-footed. And once he became flat-footed, that's when Alexander Povetkin was landing bombs on him, and he eventually knocked him out. But if you look at the first 5 rounds of that fight, that was a very competitive fight. Against Joseph Parker, Carlos Takam, that was a very competitive fight. So people were acting like Joshua looking, not that great, I guess, or spectacular against Takam means that he's had a bad night. Again, I don't think that it was the fact that he had a bad night. I just think that it was the fact that, like I said, Takam is one of those dudes that he gives everybody he fights trouble. No one has ever blew out Carlos Takam. No one has ever just gone in here and destroyed him in the first 3 minutes of the first round. But again, it wasn't like Joshua, was losing rounds against Takam. I thought he clearly won. Again, I thought he clearly won. I just thought that my biggest issue with that fight was that they stopped the fight without giving Takam, I thought, like I said, I felt he should have gone the full 12 rounds with Joshua because he was taking everything Joshua was landing on him. So he was clearly able to take Joshua's biggest punches. Again, when it comes to Joseph Parker doesn't fight like Takam. I think Joseph Parker is faster than Takam. I think he has faster hand speed. I think he has faster footwork. So I think that's going to be the issue he might give Joshua. Johnny Nelson says that when he saw Joshua against Klitschko, he didn't have the pressure that he has going into the Parker fight, because against Parker, he has everything to lose, as Nelson says. He says he has everything to lose. He is a unified champion, and if he loses his belts and he loses his big fight with Wilder. Meanwhile, Parker becomes a unified champion, and he goes on to have that big fight with Wilder, or even the rematch with Joshua. And that's true. Parker doesn't have the pressure. The pressure is all on Joshua. Everybody expects Parker to lose. Everybody, especially Joshua fanboys, they expect Parker to lose. Joshua has a lot of pressure on him. They expect him to win, and they expect him to blow him out. I remember when Joshua was set to fight Takam, a lot of people were acting like Takam was going to get destroyed in 2 rounds. This was easy work. But Takam ended up going one of the longest opponents. In my opinion, he would have gone the distance had the referee not just abruptly stopped the fight. But I remember, because if you remember, Takam was like a late replacement, and people were just saying, even the small comments then that I was reading, people were saying, oh, this is an easy fight for Joshua. They didn't give Takam no chance. They didn't think Takam was going to last 10 rounds. But he managed to do it. So, again, there's a lot of pressure on Joshua, not on Parker. So Parker should be going in here, because, pressure, sometimes can distract the fighter, because, when you're under pressure, it can make you nervous. You feel like there's a lot of weight in the back of your shoulders. A lot of people count on you. The good thing for Parker is he doesn't have to deal with that, or any fighter, to be honest, because many people just think Joshua is immortal, to God, and nobody can beat him. So whoever fights Joshua, there's no pressure on them, so they could go in there feeling relaxed, feeling, ready to go. When it comes to Joshua, like Nelson said, he has everything to lose. But again, I think it really depends more on Parker. It depends more on what Parker could do against Joshua, like what he could do. If he just stands right in front of Joshua, with his chin in the air and his hands below his waist, then he's going to get knocked out the way Lucas Brown got knocked out and lit up against Dillian White. He has to use angles. He has to move. He has to be defensive. He has to go to the body. He has to fight smart, in my opinion. He has to fight smart, but he also has to fight brave. It's not just about trying to fight smart and, trying to win a points decision. It's about fighting smart, but also fighting brave. Basically taking risk. Because you're not going to go to a cash cow's backyard and beat a cash cow via decision when there's a lot of money to be made out of that cash cow. It's just not going to happen. So Parker has to take risk. A lot of risk. But like I said, he also has to play smart, not just go in there, with his head up in the air, begging to get knocked out. And yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. It's just a kind of short video. Let me know what you guys think of this video. If I sound tired, it's because I'm recording this video very early in the morning. So yeah. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think of this video. If you watched the video from start to finish, subscribe, and much appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out.